Well, hello everyone, it's Kevin here. Today I want to talk about uplights. Now, uplighting is a service that we DJs often are asked to provide by couples or hosts of parties and events to essentially make a space a little more personalized. So with uplighting, we of course can tune in and change a color. We can use multiple colors and we can basically transform the look, the aesthetic, the feel of a space. This is especially important in rooms that might be reception halls or classic just rooms with, not a lot of features on them or very blank canvases, if you will. The uplighting can really make the room pop and deliver such a great effect for your event. It's kind of like the backdrop of the event. But also, even in places that have a lot of features, I found that the uplighting can serve to highlight those features and really make it punchy. So I'm a big fan of uplighting, and I always talk to my clients when they're booking with me as a DJ. I talk to them about the benefits of uplighting. Now, another benefit of uplighting is if you've got a real party crowd, if you've got folks that really enjoy an immersive, clubby kind of experience, maybe you're doing a party like a graduation party, maybe it's a reception for just a real hype crowd, the uplights around the room can switch over, of course, into more of a show, or some lights, of course, have more of a sound active mode that would just go with the music. You can tie in most uplighting to a DMX network or a universe, and you can control them to go along with your show. So I'm really a big fan of uplighting, and I know a lot of DJs use uplighting as either they include it in their packages or they might upsell it as an option. What I want to talk to you today about is just show off what I think is one of the best uplight solutions for a mobile DJ like myself, a single operative person that really needs to prioritize the look and the feel, of course, of the solution, of the uplighting solution. It needs to work consistently and be really nice looking. And I need it to be fast. I need it to be speedy. And I have, lots of memories of running around a venue and placing down my slim pars or whatever the uplight solution of the day would be, whatever uplights I would have at that time. And I would place the uplights around the room, and they were corded, they were powered with a cord. So I would need to find an outlet nearby. Sometimes an outlet would be, a few more feet than I had cord for, so I had to get an extension cord. Sometimes I'd have to daisy chain, like in a barn venue. I have a couple, memories of being in a barn venue, and I'd have to daisy chain the pars together. So I'd have uplights all around just on one basic, outlet. In any case, whenever you have those logistics with the cords and you have the pars and the bags, I had bags for the pars, all of those things just added time on the front end, of course, and then the back end. So this solution that I found and I've been working with for about a year, I absolutely love because it takes all that time and energy out of the equation for me, and it's helped my setup and teardown. They also, these uplights I'm going to talk about, just have such a versatility to them and so many features. So in any case, without further ado, what I'm talking about is the product, and you may have heard of these, you may have seen them around. It's from the manufacturer Ape Labs, and this is the Ape Labs Maxi. Okay, this one, they make a whole line of different lights. They have things like an Ape Light Mini that is basically just one diode or one LED. This one has 3 multicolored diodes, and it's a little larger than the smaller footprint, but that means it's brighter and it can do a little more, I think, in terms of battery power. There are also other lights from Ape Labs, but look, I just want to talk about the Maxi. Is what I have most experience with, and it's what I personally own. I absolutely love these, and I just want to show you guys a little bit about them if you're not familiar. First, and I'll kind of just show you here while I'm holding it, and then I'll kind of turn it on and we can play around with the features. But first, you can kind of see this is a metal exterior construction, And I've seen videos of people standing on these, like, putting their weight on them to show the durability. I've also personally dropped one or two in my time. I wouldn't recommend that, of course, but they keep ticking and they could withstand the person stepping on them. I've even seen spills, and I think one person put maybe dumped a whole cup of water. I don't remember all the experiments that I saw people doing on the internet with these guys, but they're pretty durable, let's say, and water resistant, probably not waterproof, but water resistant for sure. So they can withstand the road, so to speak. They can withstand the gigs. They can withstand a child at a wedding going over and picking it up, looking at the light and, dropping it down. Hopefully not repeatedly, but, a kick or something like that. These things are very durable. I've not broken one yet. And it's been I probably had 3 dozen gigs, events with these, and I've never had a problem. So it's kind of cool because it's sturdy. There's also these little, there's like, little thumb screws, of course, and it has a little pry bar here, or whatever you call a little stand, if you will. So you can kind of like, set it up, or if you want to angle it up to highlight a feature, you can do that, no problem. Also, there's not a lot of buttons on this, which is great. It's like very simple. So I'll show you. Basically, there's one button here, and that's it. That's it. This is a power cord for the power, so you can charge it. There's no other button on here. I put a little sticker on it. That's it. No buttons, no programming on this or anything. There is a little hole here, which actually I've found useful because I can put a bolt through here, and you can kind of like, lock it down on something. One time I took I was doing a little neighborhood party, and I had a couple speakers that had some fly bolts in them, and I took out the fly bolts and just put the fly bolt through here and stuck this on top, and I had instant dance lights. I'll show you the cool music mode on these in a minute, but in any case, super simple construction, but also very sturdy. Now, let me go ahead and change the angle, and I want to show you guys, change the angle of the camera, and I want to show you guys how this works and some of the features. Okay, so I've got the light here, I've got the Maxi, and I'm just gonna set it down here so you guys hopefully can see it. And everything's controlled basically through this little remote. And it's an RF remote, radio frequency remote, that has a crazy range on it. It's amazing, the range on this sucker. Literally, 200, 300 feet is probably what I've seen it work at in max, and I've not pressed beyond that, but the max length is probably even further than that, because I'm aware that the lights actually talk to one another, and it's really cool to think about how they can relay signals and things. But a lot of cool technology in here that extends the range, and also, of course, makes this a super versatile solution. So I can sit in the corner of the room and spread these suckers all around the room, and then, hit some buttons and control them all like that. So any case, I'll show you this remote a little up close. You can kind of see it's very simple. Basically, you have left and right, which changes colors. You have up and down, which, these are basically brightness controls. Less bright, more bright. You've got on and off. You've got, for the motion effects, like strobe and whatnot, you've got speed up and slow down. You've got sound active mode. And then you've got this guy here, super cool. This is the group mode. And basically you have these 4 LEDs, and you can control what group the light belongs to. So I'm going to show you guys that. It's super cool. And then this is just like a little flashlight, whatever, in case you're in the super dark, I guess. But this guy takes a little battery, no problem. I've used this. I've got 2 of these, and I don't think I've ever replaced the battery yet, but it's like a little watch battery that you would put in here. And of course, the lights themselves have the rechargeable battery inside. So I'm going to take this, and all I do to turn this on is I press that one button that's right here on the Maxi, and it will come on. It will come on, and you'll see the remote will blink number 1, or whatever channel that the light thinks it's on. Now notice it went off. That's because it's kind of accepting, oh, I must be in group 1. Now, if I wanted it to be in a different group, I would turn it off, turn it on, and then I would just hit group until I get to the group that I want. Maybe I want a group 3. Okay, group 3, there it is. And you can just press on and off if you want. And now I'm on group 3. Okay? Now, what are the groups all about? It's basically like zones that you can control in different ways. So if I've got, with this setup, I've got the 4 groups, maybe I've got, 16 uplights all around the room, I can set, 4 to each group and set different color modes. Or maybe what I do often is I have a set of lights, let's say 10 or 12, around the room, and then I have a couple behind me or next to me at my DJ booth, and I'll use, that for group 2, and I can adjust the colors there. Maybe the room stays static with an amber color or a teal or whatever the color might be, and the ones behind me I might turn to sound active once we get the party started, or whatever. Or something like a Christmas party, you could do red and green or whatever you want to do. So a lot of options with the different zones. But in terms of power, these guys have so much power. I've seen a video or two on the internet where folks would compare, the brightness, and they're comparable to the bigger and more heavy battery operated par lights or uplights. But this one definitely is bright enough for all the events I've done. Now this is like I think on the lowest brightness setting, so so this is probably the brightest. And it's hard to tell, of course, because, I've got a window open here and there's some ambient light in here, but I'll tell you, this is very, very bright. You wouldn't want to look at it. I think I pointed it at the camera. Sorry about that. You certainly wouldn't want to look at this straight on when it's on the full brightness. It's pretty bright. Now, this one will do white, and it'll do all the colors. It does a simulated amber, which I like a lot. But I'll kind of go through the colors here. Everything's very intuitive too. Like, in order to get back, if you think of it as a color strip where it starts with white and then it goes through various colors. If you just want to go all the way back to the front, back to white, you just press and hold the arrow. And that's what I did, and it went from teal to white. It skipped over all the other colors. So I like that. You can also do the same with like brightness. If I just press and hold the brightness, it just jumps, slides up to the top of the brightness. Or if I want it off or to the lowest brightness, you can just do that. So let's look at some of these colors. There's white, of course. I'm just gonna hit the right arrow button and we'll look through. There's a red and a sort of a orangey, more of an amber color. That's that faux amber I was talking about. It looks really good with, in venues and things, especially with wood and things like that. Here's like a greenish amber color, green proper. There's like a teal or a blue-green. And it might, I don't know if these are showing up as well. You can kind of see the different colors. And you know what might help? Yeah, some of these colors are great and they pop. And then we're back to some primary colors, because what we're doing is toward the end of the color strip, if you will, there's like cycling colors. But since I have the speed on 0, we're not seeing the cycles. So I'm just going to shine this over here so you can kind of see as I go through the colors again. And hopefully you can see that. So I'm just kind of cycling through the colors. Anyway, these are built into the unit, okay? Now, there is a device that you can buy from Ape Labs that actually allows you to do some DMX control with your phone, and there's an app and everything that will let you dial in with codes, with RGB codes and things. You'll be able to dial in your exact color. But I found that the stock colors are awesome. They're super cool. I love the neon pink and just the different colors really pop. And the purple's great, the mauve, the purple, the teal. They're all very nice, and everybody seems to really like them. Now with the, if I jump to the end of our patterns, there's definitely some motion patterns. So let me use the speed button and I'll say speed up. So right now it's very slowly changing colors. And you can kind of see it's going through almost like a rainbow. I'll go ahead and go to the fastest mode. And here we go. It's kind of going through sort of a cycle of colors. And there's different cycle modes, if you will. So here's one that's more of a rainbowy one. Let's see. Here's one that's a little more maybe basic, a little more primary. Here's one that's a little more pastel. Here's one where we're getting some blue and white flashing. And you can kind of see. So some different options. And then I think we're back to regular, we're kind of strobing here. These are regular colors that are just strobing. So if you just turn it on like the blue, or, you know, it's not in a color cycle, but I'm stepping back more into just the primary colors or regular colors, you're just getting this, this strobe effect. Okay, cool. I don't use strobe a lot. I don't use the color cycle very often at all. So I'm gonna put this on speed down. Down to 0. But what I do use is the sound active mode. I use that a lot. And what that does, as I was mentioning before, it kind of lets you create a lot of activity or a lot of lighting effect that goes with the music. So what happens is, whatever color you're on, let's say we wanted teal to be sound active. I just hit the microphone and you saw the light dim, and now it's reacting to my voice. So that's pretty cool because it's being sound active, right? It's reacting to my voice. Now, if I put it into a color cycle mode and speed it up, you can kind of see it's going with the music and it's color cycling at the same time. Now, it's really cool how these work together in a sort of light show pattern. And you know what? I'm gonna grab another Maxi, and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's another Maxi. I'm gonna make sure to put it on group 3. Okay, good to go. Now, both of these are on group 3, okay? So I'm gonna turn them both to white, and I'm gonna turn it down to lower brightness on the controller. So they're synced up now. They're kind of doing the same thing, if you will, because they're on group 3. Now, if I go to group 4 and I start messing around or pushing buttons, obviously it doesn't do anything because I don't have a group 4 light set up. But if I switch over to group 3, I can, of course, control them again. Pro tip that I learned from watching Ape Labs videos, if you press and hold group, you notice all 4 lights light up, and that allows you to control all the groups and do whatever you want. So if you wanted to kind of like say, hey, I know I set up multiple groups, but I want everything to go light active, and I want it all to do the same thing right now, you can do that. So it's kind of cool. You don't have to go in and do each one individually. This little guy is super powerful, like I said, but also it's so small that I've had a little panic attack a couple times when I thought I lost it. So I have 2, and I make sure to keep the other one in another spot. So if I do lose it, I've got another one that can help me get by. Okay. So let's go back to channel 3. I've got my 2 lights going, and I'm gonna put them both on the sound active mode, and then I'm gonna go to the end and I'm gonna put them on multicolor, and we'll just go ahead and have the multicolor kind of rotation and sound active mode. Now notice, as I do stuff, they're doing different things. Now they might seem like sometimes they're synchronized, but sometimes they're kind of popping back and forth and doing a little bit of a different thing, which is so cool because it's kind of like a custom program light show. And I think if I play some music even, you'll be able to see it even more. Let me see if I can grab a tune real quick for us. And basically what I love about this is you can literally set these lights up, and like I said, you can have an instant light show. You don't even really need any programming whatsoever. Okay, I'm gonna bring these around. And I'm kind of just gonna set them around my room here and make sure that this is in frame. And I'm just gonna play a quick song, and we'll see these guys react to the music, okay? All right, guys, so cool, right? Those things, now, and it's kind of light in here, but those things really put out a lot of light, like I said, and it can really transform a reception or something into an instant club if you've got, 10 of these around the room or 20 of them around the room. Now, I do want to show you one more thing with these lights, and that's the carry case that Ape Labs sells with these. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get these, and I'm going to power them off. By the way, you can see the like slightly green light. That is not, the light's not on. This one, I shut it off. The light isn't on per se, but while it's, while it has power, it shows either a green or red dim light in the diode, which helps you know, am I, about to run out of battery, or am I fully charged? Or do I have a good charge in it? So that green light you can monitor that, walk around. If you've got your lights off, you can make sure that everything is good to go and you don't have a battery problem. That's pretty cool. Okay, this right here is the case that comes with, if you buy a set of these, you can buy this case. And it's a nice light case, nice, hard and sturdy and metal. But what's so cool about this thing is, as you can see, it's got a cord, okay? And it's got these little slots that fit exactly, the light. So it slides in, it's kind of keyed, if you will. For example, it won't go in this way, but I guess it would if you shoved it and pushed really hard on the phone. There's even a little slot for your remote and a little thing for your booklet or instructions. Now, what this is here is a power supply that you plug in, and I'm gonna take one of these lights back out, and you can see down in there, there's a little plug that aligns perfectly with the power connector. So you push this in, it seats in there beautifully. I plug this in, you know where this is going, right? This is a dream compared to other lights where you had to like plug in each and every one. Boom. Right now I'm charging all 6 lights, and they come in these 6-packs. I'm glad they come in the 6-packs because if they made an 8-pack or a 10-pack, it would probably be really tough to carry. This is very heavy. The case is rugged. The lights are heavy. I mean, these are no joke. These are very sturdy and super high quality, but altogether this can be pretty heavy. And if you're carrying 2 of these, and if they were even with the 6-pack, they're pretty heavy. So if you had like 2 10-packs or something, I don't know if you could manage. You probably need to definitely put them on a cart or something. But anyway, they blink red until they're ready, and once they're charged, they turn green. So you instantly have feedback from the lights. And look how easy that was to just kind of line this up, put these in here. And at the end of the night, you know what it is? It's you go around the room, you collect them, you drop them in here, you close it, you're done, you're out of there. And you can charge it the next time. So I really love it. The battery life on these things is amazing. So I have done several times. I've charged these up the night before an event. I usually don't charge at the event. I'm a little bit too preparation minded that I want to make sure that I'm ready to go. So I'll charge the units, and then I'll get to the event, and I'll do an event, and I might have an event the next night or the next weekend, and I might not charge them again, and they last like a champ. I'm talking like, back-to-back 7 hours usage. So maybe, 12, 13, 14 hours of usage on one charge. It's amazing to me, but I've not had a fallout yet or one go out on me. Now, I think that's probably the upper limit. I don't know. There's some battery tests and things that I've seen on the internet. And of course, any kind of rechargeable battery is going to have a shelf life, so it probably deteriorates over time. But so far, these things have been tanks. They've been great, and I love them. Any case, I just wanted to do this video to talk about uplighting because it's it's a great, I think, addition for couples or for event hosts, anybody that works with us as DJs that wants to spark up their environment for their event. And of course, it can really, I think, as a DJ, if you're not selling an uplighting service as an add-on, or at least bringing it into your packages, I think you're missing the boat a little bit, because not all brides and grooms or event hosts will think about, hey, I need lighting for my party. But you can bridge that gap for them fairly easily. With a solution like this, it's super easy. So any case, thanks a lot, guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll keep putting out videos like this and other helpful tips. Thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.